Thank you, Austin. We have a great session coming up, so let people get situated and then we'll get started. And then we get you on a break, which I know you've been a great audience and you deserve. All right, so we are going to get started for the next 20 minutes, go behind a deal, and a deal that was announced in October between Harris-Blitzer Sports and Entertainment and the Campbell's Company across all of Harris-Blitzer Sports and Entertainment for their properties that Ben will talk to you about, and a number of interesting brands in the Campbell's portfolio. It really was a deal unlike any we've ever seen before. So we're going to take a look at the deal. Ben, introduce yourself and your role in that deal.
Yeah, hi everybody. Ben Cobley, Senior Vice President of Global Partnerships across the Harris-Blitzer Sports Entertainment portfolio.
Oliver.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everybody. Oliver Armstrong, Campbell Soup. I work across corporate strategy and focus on some of our strategic initiatives for the enterprise.
So 16 Campbell brands.
That's right.
Okay, and the properties were obviously Commanders.
Yep.
You have the Devils, Prudential Center.
Very good.
Joe Gibbs Racing.
You got it.
And one more.
The local hometown, Philadelphia 76ers.
Philadelphia 76ers. And
That's
so
right.
how did the deal come together and how long did it take? Details.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, hometown Philadelphia 76ers, we're very fortunate that we're neighbors with the Campbell's Company in Camden, New Jersey. So for a couple years, we've been talking with the group about doing a deal with the Sixers, and what we heard from Campbell's was, hey, listen, we love you all, but we really are looking for more of a national play, right? We have brands that span across the entire, U.S. and beyond, and so how can we put something together that's going to give us a larger footprint? For the Harris-Blitzer Group, we've been very fortunate to acquire a number of companies over the past several years, and once we got to a place where we had acquired the Washington Commanders and then Joe Gibbs Racing in NASCAR taking an equity position, we could get back together with the Campbell's Company and say, hey, let's build a really unique partnership that'll allow multiple brands on your side to engage with multiple properties on our end, and really meet the fans where you're trying to reach them.
And what was the interest on your level, Oliver?
Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of interest for sure, right? There's a natural energy around working with sports and having sports sponsorships that our brands can feature. So I think coming into it, a lot of excitement. Certainly our leadership were involved and engaged for some period of time while these discussions were going on, and very supportive. But hesitation, right? For us as a company, we're not a huge company, but the way we're structured, we have a couple of divisions. Within those divisions, the brands operate quite autonomously. They manage their budgets tightly. So to conceive of and implement an enterprise-wide partnership and manage it from the center, we had to overcome some barriers there. And I think working closely with Ben and his team, being able to rely on that leadership support and sponsorship was a big part of it. The strategic alignment of our brands, many of these brands tie really well to the properties and fan bases that Harris-Blitzer was able to bring to our arsenal. And then, I think we were also very judicious in how we approached it. Obviously, internally, when you've got to work across a company like ours, funds can bring a lot of people to the table, but we try to be deliberate in funding half of that from the center and having the brands contribute the other half. So they had some skin in the game. There was a reason for them to push for success as much as we were trying to pull the partnership through.
We're going to have a killer raffle after this, but the raffle really should be if any of you could name the 16 Campbell's brands that are part of this, because I didn't know them all. I mean, we're talking about Campbell's, Chunky Soup, just some,
sure.
Prego, Rouse, I didn't know that, the Goldfish, so a lot of different brands here.
Yeah, no, we have, and that's two distinct portfolios, right? Meals and beverages, the brands you mentioned, Campbell's, Prego, Rao's, Pace. A snacks portfolio that's completely different. Goldfish, Snyder's of Hanover, Cape Cod chips, kettle chips. There's a lot that people recognize perhaps, but certainly you can get a sense of how different those portfolios are and why we needed to be flexible in how we activated behind them.
And so how many, a lot of those brands have never done sports.
Oh, sure.
So how does sports, what brands are you looking to give more airtime to?
Sure. Well, I would say certainly as a company, we have a history, not a very comprehensive one recently, a long-standing chunky partnership with the NFL. More recently, our snacks portfolio has partnered with MLS, which both have been great. But other than that, none of our brands have really done much in sports for a long time. So this gave us a chance to be able to elevate some of the bigger brands. For each of the properties, we selected a brand that would sort of be the lead in that space. But then it allowed us to flow in some of the lesser known brands, certainly ones that typically wouldn't have had the budget to be able to partner with great assets and great properties that Harris Blitzer bought. So, you know, SpaghettiOs, a lot of fun brands like that. You know, Lance Crackers is a big part of our partnership through JGR Racing. And, you know, across the board, we've tried to spread the sort of love of these assets for those brands, each to be able to connect a little bit more. And I think we're looking to build on that as we go forward.
And your fan demographic is so different by team, by property, that you were able to maybe match up certain segments with a certain brand?
Yeah, that's correct. So, you know, oftentimes when you think about, you know, a single brand and a single team, you're looking for the Venn diagram. I was joking before, I said the Venn diagram for our partnership is three-dimensional, and there's about 16 different variables as you look at, you know, are you looking for, you know, a hockey fan who lives in North Jersey? Are you looking for a football fan who's closer to Washington, D.C., or a racing fan who's, you know, down in you know, Tennessee? So for us, it was trying to figure out the intersection and cross-section of who Oliver and Cody and the team at Campbell's were trying to reach, and how do we, you know, put the right fans in front of them.
Okay, this is good from the audience. So is there a specific Campbell's brand with each of the HBSE properties?
Yes. No, great question. We needed to do that to be able to, we didn't want to spread it too thin and have those assets be diluted. So for each of the properties, we have a lead brand. With the 76ers locally in Philadelphia, Goldfish is the brand that has been featured most prominently. And then we've had a few other brands, especially when there's a launch or some a marketing activation that we want to get behind. Harris Blitzer being great partners to find ways to bring those brands into it as well. But then on the JGR side,
or JGR, who's JGR?
JGR is Lance Crackers.
Okay,
It's a great fit because they're out of North Carolina, and great fit. But yes, and we could talk a lot about that, but we had to be very choiceful about which brands, where there was a good strategic fit, and be able to give them some meaningful support.
And so then in terms of, you know, for you, if I'm a property out there and they may not have as many assets as HBSE, but if they are a multi-team, multi-venue organization, tips for how they would approach doing a deal like this from the property side?
Yeah, well, I think one thing that kind of differentiated us, or we tried to bring to the table, was these deals can be really complex and messy and very time-consuming. And so, you know, a lot of the multi-team holding companies I know are dealing with this issue. What we've tried to do is structure ourselves in a way where we kind of have streamlined the process. So that's kind of why we created the Global Partnerships Division. It's kind of a special forces unit inside of the HBSE ecosystem, and the entire job of our department is to interact with all the different teams internally so that Oliver and his team don't see, for lack of a better term, how the sausage is made. They just see, this is really easy for us to buy, this is really easy for us to interact with. So I think structuring yourself in a way to create ease for your clients and your customers is really key to making it a good partnership.
So is it Kloos, Mark Kloos? Or
Klaus.
Mark Klaus, he was Campbell's.
He was our
CEO. At the time of the deal, said at the time, it's taken us some rewiring on both sides to make sure we're set up and to behave in this way going forward.
Sure.
Well, like, what does that mean?
Yeah, it goes back a little bit to what I said about the way we're structured and not having a lot of experience that could serve as a roadmap on how to execute across the enterprise. And I think we were able to overcome that. You talk rewiring. I think structurally we added a resource. Cody Porton, who's on our team, was someone we brought in to be a dedicated resource and bring particular capabilities we didn't have at Campbell's to be able to manage that. So there was a little bit of that, like the structure and the resource to support it. And also, I think importantly, ways of working, right? The process, a lot of things that feel, you know, can be very clumsy, but feel a little bit administrative, roles and responsibilities. How do we interact with the brand teams who are used to making all the decisions for their brands? Where are the decisions? How do they get made so that we can do these things a little bit quicker? But structurally, we had to think about it a little bit differently.
And your boss, Tad Brown, said the same thing. Like, you quote, you have to put resources and real resource behind it. You have to put people behind it.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what I was saying before. You know, we created an entirely new division. Myself, we have Manny Loris, who's our head of activation for HBSE Global Partnerships, and we did that to create an ease, you know, for all the brands that we're going to be working with on this.
And key areas of activation are?
Yeah, so we actually have a slide if we can pull it up really quickly. We pulled out just a few of our favorite activations. So kind of going left to right, on Joe Gibbs Racing, Lance Crackers, like Oliver mentioned before, did a primary race sponsorship.
Okay.
And the goal here was really, one, to give the factory crew down in North Carolina a great experience, and then two, leveraging the IP from the primary race. You can see the car is totally branded, leveraging this as a drive to retail. Next over, you know, the Snyders of Hanover team was trying to build a really fun viral moment around Halloween, and they kind of wanted this to be, you know, make your Halloween sweet and salty. And so we did a bit of you see it, a jump scare with our mascot Franklin and the players. Some more successful than others. So this was one of our favorite. This went viral, and the team had a lot of fun with it. We then, you know, brought Pretzel Face, who's the name of the character you see, into the arena. He sat courtside. We gave away some product. The next one over is Washington Commanders and Chunky Soup. So this is our offensive line team. This is a new product innovation that Campbell's came out with, which is kind of their hot and spicy line. So we did a bit of a take on Hot Ones, where the guys got together, and you can see these are big, burly guys, right? And so now they're talking about how they're like sweating because it's so hot, and we had a lot of fun with it. This performed exceptionally well on social media, and even though it was our first year really working with the Chunky team, you know, we understand this was sent around as kind of hey, this is a great best practice. This is really what we're trying to get out of for our activations.
The soup's that spicy?
It's very hot.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll have to get some for you. Yeah, and then on the far right, in stadium activation. So this is Hometown Hockey Heroes presented by Campbell's. Again, the New Jersey Devils are taking advantage of, you know, our same state and Campbell's being based in New Jersey. This is really to kind of thank hockey moms and dads. If there are any of you that are out there, you know the commitment required to get on the ice, and you know. So anyways, this is a thank you that we do. It's a great in-arena moment. So just a couple of ways that we can kind of show the width and breadth of our partnership, and really being able to act nimbly, you know, with Oliver, with Cody, and the rest of their brand team to execute on the goals and objectives.
And to be fair, that's 8 months, right? I mean, after
this is just the first few months.
First few months.
We have a lot
you announced the deal in
still
October.
early.
So, what are your thoughts on the activation?
Yeah.
Where do you?
I mean, it's great to see it. That is really just a few highlights. It's really, I mean, there's so much more that goes on below that as well. That I think really, for me, reminds me that one of the main reasons we wanted to do this was be able to leverage our portfolio in a way that you know, I mean, any one of those brands would not have had the opportunity, or it would have been a significant lift and lots of resources to create the types of opportunities they did there, right? So having that corporate level partnership with a great set of assets and properties, really just, it's almost on tap for them, right? You know, we work very closely with the brands. What are great opportunities, and it just brings forward so many more opportunities to execute, fit into moments that are going to create, you know, a real connection with our consumers. Yeah, as you say, year one, we've got lots of great things to build on from this first year.
Great. A couple questions here from the audience. First one for Oliver. Just how important is scale to Campbell's? Is it enough of a priority to rule out partnerships? But if scale is critical, why not seek a truly national platform such as your long-term deal with the NFL? So a question on scale for you.
Yeah, a scale is fantastic. When you have a brand that has the resources and the strategy to go broad and national and need to drive it on that level. I think we approach this partnership with a view to being able to expose our brands and test in a few different areas, right? It's great to be across those different leagues and in NASCAR as well. And our view is that as we proceed, and we expect this to be successful, we'll have the opportunity to blow that scale out, certainly either through going much deeper with the properties within Harris Blitzer and doing that sort of national level execution, or we can go broader, right? There's a lot of properties in the Harris Blitzer portfolio that we'd love to partner with, and you know, over time we'll build our way into that.
Similar one, was location or geographic proximity key to this deal? I noticed all the HBSE along the Atlantic seaboard.
Yeah, it was fortuitous. I think that's how a lot of the discussion started, as Ben mentioned. We're neighbors in Camden. I think we approached it more as this is a set of diverse assets that we can leverage, learn, build our brand experience and muscles in working in sports sponsorship, and then go beyond there. It's convenient that they're close, but it wasn't a requirement for the deal by any means.
Okay, Ben, this is for you. Is this a blueprint for the future of working with other multi-brand companies, or is this a one-off in your mind?
Yeah, we think this is absolutely a blueprint for the future. You know, we've invested in resources, we've built infrastructure. You know, over the last 18 months from when we really built out the division, we've spoken with, hundreds of brands, some of them in this room, agencies, and the response has been, exceptionally overwhelming. So we're going to continue to invest. We're going to continue to go deep in this because we think that we're bringing a unique value to the marketplace, right? The phrase that we've talked about with the team is, we like to think globally or think nationally, but act locally. And that's really what we think the Harris Blitzer portfolio can do, is be able to tap into a national brand at national scale, but then activate in a very unique way, because the way that we can show up in Washington, D.C. is different than the way we'll show up in Philadelphia, which is different than how we'll show up in New Jersey or otherwise. So definitely a blueprint.
Probably for you both, measurement KPIs, what are the key ones you're looking at?
I think probably the regular ones people would expect, media value, fan engagement, those types of things. I think one thing we've been thoughtful about too is having a KPI around learning in our first year, right? What can we learn? What can we look to improve? Because I think that was important in year one, to be able to set reasonable expectations internally. We didn't want everybody expecting that year one would be everything it might be in year three. And also it's critical for us to have that mindset of what can we take from this year that we'll continue to build, because we did approach this as a long-term strategic relationship.
But sales are key, obviously, as well.
Oh, yeah. No, that right. I don't even say it. If that doesn't happen, we won't look.
Any specific KPIs from the HBSE that you'd be looking at?
Yeah, if Oliver's happy, that's our most. That's the KPI for us. Yeah.
Here's a trivia question. Ask it. You asked me in the back.
Yeah. So Chunky Soup has had a long-standing partnership with the NFL. There's been a number of players that people think about, the iconic Donovan McNabb. So the trivia question is, who was the first professional athlete to ever be featured on a can of Chunky Soup? And I will give you a hint. It is not an NFL player.
Do not Google that. I see people pulling out their phones. Any guesses? They stumped me. Give another hint.
He is considered the greatest of all time in his Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah,
very good.
Over here. Well done.
Wayne Gretzky.
Well done.
Yep.
You have an unlimited supply of Campbell soup products. Is that cool? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Whatever you can carry.
Right. All right, let's finish up with a quick hitter and then we go to the raffle. A recent sports sponsorship deal outside of the one we just mentioned that caught your eye was what?
Yeah, I'm going to cheat on this a little bit. So the one that caught my eye most recently was the Progressive Insurance and Joe Gibbs Racing number 11 deal. So Denny Hamlin, Hall of Fame driver, longtime associated with FedEx. With that partnership rolling off, there was an opportunity for a brand to come in and really, create a phenomenal association with Hall of Fame drivers. So Progressive, who's also in the family, yep. Progressive Field, where the Cleveland Guardians play. So it's really great to see, a current partner of HBSE double down and continue their investment with Joe Gibbs Racing.
Oliver, anything stand out to you?
I think Ben got a good one. I'd say something I've seen more broader and perhaps not in front of most of the folks in the audience here. Indian Premier League cricket.
Yeah.
The way they've approached franchising, they've built and managed their assets and sponsorship year to year. It's an incredible thing. I think a lot about that when I'm thinking about sports leagues and where the future might be.
As a brand leader, if you could double down on one activation, social, paid media, activation, what would it be?
Yeah, I think the personal connection that you can create through social every day.
All right, we have a raffle time. You guys ready? You have to be in the room to win these great prizes. I'm turning it over to these two gentlemen to take our show on the road. Let's see it. How fancy is this?
All right, so we have 4 prizes here, each one kind of representing one of the properties in the portfolio. So the first, we have a Jack Hughes autographed puck. Jack Hughes, captain of the New Jersey Devils, #1 overall draft pick, 2024 NHL All-Star.
The winning number is 623399.
Anybody?
Anybody?
Anybody? You might have to pick out a couple.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to go back. I just didn't want to do more than one at the first. Okay. 623334. 623334. No? We get to keep them after the third number.
You get to keep him after the third number. Or you may throw it out there and see who catches it.
Okay. 623318. This is going well. Why don't you give me a number?
That's right. There you go.
Okay, let's go. 623358. No?
Keep going, yeah.
Jeez.
See, these people are missing out. They went out for the little break early.
Okay. 623366. Anybody? No?
How about if you're within 2 of the...
Totally fair.
Yeah,
upside
the last
down.
2 numbers. No, so we're going to do this. 623371.
7-1.
Come on. Oh, got it? Oh, yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Come on up
there
here.
we go.
So,
No.
wait, no.
Oh, no. We got punched.
We
Emily,
went
we
into
thought
the
it was
check.
you.
Okay. There's a winner for the Gretzky one, for
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
That's right.
623342.
Hey!
There we go.
There you go.
So come
All
on
right,
up.
we got a couple others. Even
Manny can get
better.
it for you.
Even better. Let's keep growing.
Well
All
done.
right.
No, you're good.
Next
Look
one
at
that we
this. Look at
have.
this. Look at
Yes. I heard some noise yesterday when we talked about Duke. So what we have is a Jared McCain autographed jersey from the Philadelphia 76ers. Duke alumni, incredible addition to the team. We got to move quickly.
And look at
here,
the front
Oliver.
of that.
I know.
That's killer.
623576.
7-6.
Nope. 76s. Should
I
have
know. I should have worked. I know.
623262. 623398. There you go.
Hey! Congratulations.
Awesome.
Manny has this up here for you.
Well done.
All right.
We're happy for you and we're relieved.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bit of a unique one. So we have, as Oliver talked about, Lance Crackers is the hero brand. Chase Briscoe is the driver. So this is a pair of race-worn, autographed driving gloves from
Nice.
Chase Briscoe.
Very cool.
Lance branded.
Okay. 623282.
8-2.
623289. 623589.
Oh.
Well, we might come back to you. 623411. 623349.
We got one. It's coming. It's coming. I can feel it. Someone's going to win it.
Okay, I feel like Cosmo Kramer. What movie do you want to watch? 623645. 623346.
Who's the big race fan? Oh, you've already won.
You're a winner. 3-time winner. 623344. Okay, I'm running out. I'm just going to do the last numbers. 1-3. Last 2 numbers. 1-3.
If we don't get it, that's going to be yours after
9.
this next one.
Yeah, I've got 3 more in this hand. You get it if not.
What?
Okay. 1-3.
1-3. Good.
There we go. Good enough for us. Congratulations. Yeah.
He deserves it. He's one of our
There we
rising
go.
leaders.
Yeah. All right, last
Okay.
one. Last one. We'll keep it moving.
This is a cool one too. You'll like this.
So, autographed mini helmet from Terry McLaurin, affectionately known as Scary Terry. Yep. 3
You're up.
1,000-yard receiving seasons. He's looking for a big year this year.
Okay. Last 2 numbers. 8-8.
8-8.
Last 2 numbers. 9-0. Last 2 numbers. 3-2.
Do we hear? it?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. Okay.
Tony wants a photo too.
Did you?
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Very well deserved.
How appropriate.
Excellent.
Hey,
Very good.
give it up for these guys, for Oliver
Thank you.
and Ben.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. All right. Thank you. We're going to take a break, presented by Learfield. Then we'll come back with 3 final sessions. You've been great. Thank you all. Thank you, guys.
Of course. Thank you.